took me down, had me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now, we can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I finally see what I need to be free. Far from what I was led to, but no holding back, I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands, I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. I wanna hide now. You can't bring me down. I
everyone. Welcome all FDL League. It is Bearded Morris back casting again, but this time not alone. I've got Oddly with me. How are you doing, Oddly?
I'm doing well, my friend. I saw the bat signal in the sky. I heard you guys needed someone to help cast, so I'm here, dressed out in all black. I don't have my mask on, so
That's all right. We'll keep it on the low key. Not having to
yeah.
talk to myself this time. We have an exciting matchup in this expert league, week 9 versus the Penguins and the Gators. Penguins 3-5, Gators 4-4. The Penguins are really looking for a win here. If they don't win, there's a chance they can still make it in the playoffs, but winning it will get them that much closer. The Gators they're looking like they still have a chance of falling out if they lose this game, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the Penguins can bring it in. What are your predictions for this game?
Yeah, I mean, we do only have 2 more weeks left of this preseason or the before the playoffs. So, both teams here looking to secure a spot. Penguins here definitely in a bit more of a dire situation than the Gators, but at any rate, both teams are certainly looking to lock things in. And if you're ready, Bearded, I'm ready to hop in so we can
Yeah,
get this action started.
absolutely. Let's get these fellas in here and get this game underway. Like you said, Penguins they really need a win here if they're wanting to kind of keep it up and keep their playoff hopes alive. But we'll get underway. Let you take over.
Sounds good to me. Gators in the bright yellow slash lime slash orange. Oh no, more just lime or anything, but at any rate, they're certainly the more bright color here as the Penguins have a little bit of control over here, and things are certainly starting off a little bit slower, which is A-okay, especially being the first game as Norcho gets a weird touch there, allowing Kind to have a little bit of space here, but he gets too heavy of a touch to allow him to do really anything with the ball there as Norcho gets by 1. It's now 2-on-1 as he looks to get by the other player, and we see a demo from Panda. He sends it high. Nice drop down, but his teammates nowhere to be seen, which I think is probably a better decision.
Yeah,
As
being pushed up that far with both your teammates, they get one little hit over you, it's kind of over.
Exactly. You know what? I gotta give a shout out to Kine. He's in the Civic right now, as well as Rivers or Norcho, whichever he prefers. They're both in the Civics today. But Bondo, again, this is our. Oh my goodness, Panda scores a goal.
Yeah, that was great. Just a little redirect touch right there, just to get it over Rivers, and just puts it in that far corner to get that goal. I played last season in the Adept League, and Ken was on the Gators in that league too. And so I know how good he can play when he wants to. And they was the only team that had beaten us pre-playoff. So Ken's a very very solid Rocket League player.
Yeah, no, it was a good follow up by Panda. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting save, but certainly a little bit of a drastic move. Might have been the best play that they had to do it, as they had to be a little bit urgent. Panda gonna be a little bit spinny here, but 50 doesn't go his way as Bondo is in the Roadhog. That's what I was gonna mention. I gotta give a shout out to the Roadhog as well, because Bondo, I remember him. He's the one with the legendary cars. You gotta love it. As we get a pinch out here sent directly on net, and Panda can't reach it.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, about him maybe pushing up on that. That's exactly what happened, and he hit that ball over the top of him, and that was it.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to just finish out this game on this server. But Norcho said he might be having some issues, so my thought is as long as they can finish out this game, then we might be able to switch servers. Oh no!
Now, I have to see, he just got 16 ping, so that's weird that he's having some connection issues, but You know,
Yeah,
that
I'm not
could
sure
have
if we
been.
can blame that on a mistake or the
Yeah, I
lag.
don't know about that one. I'm gonna say that could have been from the lag he was talking about, but who knows? Just not able to get that save there. Unfortunate.
Yep, and to be, you know what, to be fair, unfortunately we are not psionics, so I can't pause the game,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but I do want to see what the suggestion is here. As give me one moment. Do you mind taking over there, Beat It? I just want to take a look here and see what the
Yeah,
suggestion is.
absolutely. He just said if they call for a server reset, we'll wait for the game to end and we'll reset a different server. But we'll see what happens. Is Panda playing little mind tricks on him as he gets it past one. 50 by Bondo to send it over to the edge, but a great play by Rivers to kind of keep that off. Bondo getting a great touch. Rivers not able to turn on it though. Is Panda going to try to make something happen, but Bondo there to send it back mid. Rivers going up trying to get a touch. Not going to happen before Panda hits it off of the wall. Panda trying to get it past
Ooh.
home. He does, man. He's getting the my games on him. He gets a good 50. Oh, but just hits right above the crossbar. Did send it out as Ken. Sorry, there you go. Ken
No,
tries
it's
to get
okay.
it,
I was gonna
get
mention
it back
that.
to Rivers.
I was gonna mention that Panda. I like the fakes that he's coming out with here.
Yeah,
That little cut where he just cuts the ball and doesn't get a touch on it, getting around the first guy.
yeah,
Just
he's
has to
a
capitalize.
bunch of good mind games. As Panda just carries that one in.
Would you look at that? Speaking of Panda capitalizing, he does just that. As it's a wonderful follow up, just a nice little doink up in the top left corner, and we have a 3-goal game, or I should say 2-goal lead right now for the Gators. Penguins certainly gonna have to refine things here in game number 1. And as I say that, they do. Norcho scores.
Yeah, I'm not for sure what happened to Ken. Ken just, you know, what happened is he rotated the wrong way off of his boost, and it gave him no time to get back. And you know, I've always, every time I go for boost, I always keep an eye on that ball the whole time, just to make sure for wherever it's going, I'm able to get back in time. And I think he just took his eye off the ball for a little bit too long.
Oh my goodness. Panda back and forth goals right now. Kin with a beautiful hit off the backboard, make it difficult to read for the Penguins as we have another 2-goal lead.
Yeah, Rivers getting a little bit too antsy trying to get that ball, and Ken just sending it off of the wall back to midfield for Panda to just get an easy goal on it.
Panda looking to follow things up here as he does.
Gators are
Man,
just
before he can
taking
even
it away.
before he can even start talking about the game, Panda just says, "Be quiet. I want you to talk about this goal I just scored."
Panda with all 5 goals, shooting 5 for 7 right now, which is pretty impressive. You know, it could be the lag spikes. We'll just have to see what happens. After this game, we go about asking if they want to do a server reset. Oh, unfortunate. Save a 10th by Ken there.
A good pinch out from Bondo. I mean, just a good play to set it on net, and that's just it, right? If you can't read it, I mean, it's a difficult read, right? So if you can't read it, then there you go. That's a goal for the Penguins. Bondo looks to dribble it as Hand is there to easily set that one to the left as Norcho gets a boost grab and looking to keep the pressure up with 20 seconds left. This might be going in the direction of the Gators if the Penguins aren't able to capitalize in under 10 seconds here as Norcho gets a bad touch and it's getting sent back. Gators are going to take game number 1.
Yeah, you know, it was a good try by the Penguins. Who knows if flag spike actually had anything to do with it? You know, he had a couple of just missed saves, but Gami Panda was, I mean, he was just really on his A game there, making all 5 goals there. Ken having 2 assists. I assume by people leaving, that means we are gonna do a server reset. Nobody really. Oh yeah, he said reset. Yeah,
Yes,
we're
I
gonna do a
just
server
noticed that.
reset real quick, guys. As y'all give us just a minute to get this game back up and ready. But the Gators, they are looking very, very good right now.
Yeah, I mean, like it just seemed for the Penguins a bit uninspired gameplay. They're still a great team, but we just didn't really see any of that action. I know Bondo especially is a solid player in this league, but again, I just wasn't able to see that in this game number one. If we want to chalk that up to the lag spikes that they're talking about, then we can, but we'll just have to find out here in game number two. Um, Now we have some
Yeah,
prior to the match.
we'll definitely see what happens. Hopefully this server can be better for them if that was the issue to begin with. But this Gator team's, like I said, Panda, he's looking really good. I know Bondo, he's a very solid player. He's a pretty solid player too, playing with him last season. Um, the Penguins, like I said, they're gonna have to find something out. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive with it, as Gators are pretty much keeping control over the ball. 90% of the game, and it's really killing them right now. I don't know. The Penguins should know that if they don't win this game, that it's not looking too good for them in the playoff scenario.
Yeah, I mean, well said. We're just gonna have to look to see if Penguins are able to, um, come back after game number one. I think, like I said, I don't think there's anything too crazy to be worried about. Now, as long as they're in here, we'll get them to join the game. But again, we'll just have to see. This is game number two, brand new server for the Penguins. Hopefully, they'll be able to capitalize on this and play a different game.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as Nacho Rivers or Norcho gets a good touch off of that, sends it across. But unfortunately, he didn't follow it, which is a little bit, kind of questionable on what I would usually do. But Gators taking control of the ball again. Rivers getting a good hit, gonna follow this, gonna get a little bit carry. Johnny Panda luckily getting some boost there, be able to get back to the ball, hits it up high, gets it past Bondo, trying to get another titch, get hit past him, and Bondo, that wasn't Bondo, it was Rivers, I think. Yeah, Rivers gets an unfortunate touch on that ball there. I think his Panda gets that little touch he wasn't quite ready for and ends up own goaling that, and Gators taking an early lead again in just 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good attempt by the Penguins there, but I mean, just Panda just had a great control on that air dribble. I know that he wasn't the one to put the ball in the net, but it's definitely difficult to read. And in that case, it unfortunately went the wrong way for the Penguins in their own net.
Yeah, unfortunate for that. Panda is just, it just seems very. I mean, I don't know how true it is because I haven't really seen much of the Penguins do anything. But it seems like he's like a little bit more mechanical than the Penguins are right now.
Mm.
Rivers gonna try to look for a center there, but not gonna get it. Panda getting a carry on it. It looked like Ken may have been going for a demo there, but didn't get it. Oh, Panda sends it just a little wide, trying to catch up to it and hit it over. Not able to get it. Bondo going for a demo, can't get it, but it was just enough to get him off of balance for Rivers to get a touch over the top of him, and the Penguins tie it up. Penguins already look like they are playing a little bit better than they was.
Yeah, excellent play by Bondo. You'd love to see that, just going for the bump or demo, just messing with the back line. I know it's definitely a risky play, but in this case, it worked out. We have a tie game.
Oh, Bono, good. Oh,
Oh.
Rivers. Yeah, making a nice save. Bono, good try to just try to get a touch a little high, but just didn't get the touch he wanted. And Panda gets a great dip on him. Ken gonna try to carry it. Got to get past one. Bondo sending it across, but Panda there to try to get a catch. But Rivers stopping it as Bondo's gonna send it downfield towards that Gators side. Bondo getting a touch off of the back wall, but Panda sending it far to River as River is gonna get a touch up high. Ken trying to get it past him. one, but Mondo meets him there and stops it, sending it back up to Panda on the wall, gets a bounce down. Both Gators going for the ball there. Ken was trying to get a little pass down, but Panda was trying to get another hit on it too. A little bit miscommunication, but ended up not costing them anything as Rivers is hitting it up high. Panda going to meet it, gets a 50 off of Rivers, going straight down, not quite into the net. Oh, it's going to be an open net of Bondo, but Bondo hits it a little bit too slow, giving Panda enough time to get back in time for it. As Ken's going to send it down the field over to Rivers. Rivers passes it back over to Bondo. Bondo sends it up high off the back wall. Panda gets a hit, sends it up a little to the side, gets another hit to finish it into the corner. As Rivers gets a touch and sends it back up to Panda, who sends it down, or Bondo sends it down in front of Ken. Ken's going to carry it. Got one to beat. Rivers didn't let it happen, sends it up. Then Bondo gets a demo on Ken. Panda with a great shot, and Rivers with a great save on top of that as Bondo tries to get it past Panda, tries to get a demo and doesn't get it. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. Bondo trying to do something with it, but couldn't get it before Panda sends it back across the field. Rivers, he's playing a little bit far
Ooh.
back there. Unfortunate trying to clear that right there for Rivers, not able to get a hit and giving an easy goal for Panda there.
Yeah, see, a little bit unfortunate positioning from Rivers there. Again, in this case, you don't really quite want to be back post, but he was just a little bit too close to not be able to read it properly. As Kin puts it up, puts the Gators up by 2 now. Just like that, they have the lead by 2 goals.
Yeah, I think that Bondo was expecting that kickoff to be a little bit faster and tried to predict the hit before it got there and ended up just flying right past it, giving Ken an easy goal. And just going to fall back down. Ken sending it over, keeping with it, getting another touch, and Bondo stealing it from him, sending it back across. Oh, tries to get a touch off of the back wall, but doesn't get it. Rivers trying to get one and flies up a little short. As Panda, nice shot on the goal, but Bondo with a great save. As Bondo's going to get a shot onto the net, bounces it off, and Panda was with a great read to catch that ball before it could get in front of Rivers there. Ken hits it off of Rivers, sending it to the far side of the field. Panda gets a save, gets it over one, or gets the ball, gets it over one, trying to get it past another. Bondo going up for it and doesn't get it. And Ken playing a little bit too far back, not able to get back there in time. As Panda's going to take it, but Bondo was there watching it the whole time. Ken coming off the wall, doesn't get a hit. Looked like that was on purpose to try to keep from Rivers being able to get a touch on it. Great hit, read by Ken to get it off of Rivers' hit. Bondo sends it back down, going off the wall. Ken sends it far across the top of their net, not giving the Penguins a chance. And then Panda
Ooh.
right there with just that little touch will get you every time. It's like one little touch up, and then you go up, puts another little one just over the top of them, and you just, those are hard to save.
Yeah, great ball control from Panda on the ground. Getting the first flick was excellent, just allowing himself to get a nice second touch on that, putting it directly in the net. We have a
Absolutely.
3-goal lead by the Gators.
Yeah, only 13 seconds left to play. I'm gonna say that the Penguins are not gonna have enough time to come back from this. They did play a little bit better, but the Gators still on their A game. Gami Panda he is looking good out there. I mean, in 2 games, scoring 8 goals, and that's gonna end the game. Gators take game number 2 of this 5-game series. They are now up 2 games to none.
Wow, what a game this was for the Gators. But to be fair, I want to give a little bit of credit to the Penguins. They certainly played better, even though the scoreline's a little bit higher this game. They were certainly playing a little bit better in the first game, or sorry, this game than the first game.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
again, it's just they didn't refine those key defensive plays that really just kind of were capitalized on by the Gators. And of course, there was one kickoff goal there, of course, but that mistake really doesn't speak for the entire series here. If they want to shut down this Gators team, the Penguins will have to shut down Panda and his ball control on the ground.
Yeah, Panda is really just playing very, very well. in this series just all together. Like I said, having 8 goals in 2 games. Shoot, and he also had 6 saves that game. Just speaking on top of that, he's what's his average score per game is 621 points,
Wow.
which is 200 more points than all of his teammates. He's gotten 65 goals, I think is what it says on here, which is utterly ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah.
He's got an average of 5 shots on per game, shoots 40%, which is very good. Shooting 40%. Ken, he also shoots. He shoots 48%. So just having them two together overall, I mean, they're kind of like a powerhouse. I think they're gonna be ones to look out for in this playoff series for sure.
Absolutely. If the Gators plan on playing like this for the rest of the season and into the playoffs, then they're certainly going to be a team that people are going to want to look out for as they look to close this out in a sweep. Whereas the Penguins might have an opportunity here to put the game up by 1, but Norcho doesn't get a great touch on allowing in to have a little bit of time. Here's Leno boost, and he gets demoed.
That was a good demo there. Ken could have got another touch on that, sending it across and giving Panda a chance for a goal there. So we'll give Bondo props for that one for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. They have to shut down this Gators team, and if that means, demoing, being more aggressive, then that's what this Penguins team will have to do. As Norcho just kind of sitting there menacingly with 0 boost, but now he picks up 100 pad. Positioning is a little bit awkward here, as that could have been very dangerous for the Penguins, but Kin wasn't there. Oh, excellent touch by him off the wall. Great read as Bondo is able to follow that up and looking to see how this bounce goes, and he's just loitering a little bit, watching the mistakes happen as they both go for the ball.
And,
Penguins
I don't even think both of them going for it was really a problem. That should have definitely been a goal. I think that was Rivers that sent it a little bit high. You can tell that this Penguins team's accuracy is just not as good as the Gators right now.
Well, yeah, my thought is, if you make a mistake like that off the backboard, like Norcho did, then Bondo wasn't there to follow up and actually capitalize or get at least a second chance, where normally you would, because they, aren't supposed to double commit, as they do it once again, and there's a huge 50 from Kin. Ooh, Norcho with a very light touch. And Kin, oh my god, what a save from Bondo!
Yeah, that was very close to going in right there. He got a very good, just that little jump is all he needed just to send it to the top goal post to hit it out. It's a great play by Bondo.
Save themselves from that, from the brink of a goal there. As Norcho stretches for that ball, and Panda, him in the air and on the ground, is a menacing sight to see. That time didn't really quite work out, as a little bit of boot ball here. Great 50 from Norcho. Coming off the wall, and he's a little bit awkward. That's A-okay as Panda doesn't quite get the pinch he wanted. Bondo with a wonderful pass over, and there's a beautiful bump, and it doesn't go in the net! Rivers again on the crossbar. It's wide open. This time, no mistakes were made. The Penguins go up 1-0.
Penguins, they're I mean, I'd say they're even playing better this game than they was the game before. They're being a lot more aggressive right now, putting a lot more shots on goal. If they could just get their accuracy dialed down a little bit to where they can put it in the net, I mean, they should pretty much be up like three goals right now over the Gators. But they're just not able to put the balls in the net where they need to.
Yep, well said. I think that they have been able to control Panda a little bit, as he's the one who's sort of peaking on this Gators team. That's no discredit to Kin as well. He's definitely playing his role, but Panda's the one who's able to sort of get those flicks and really make that damage on the Penguin side, but he's really been controlled. He's been put on ice this game. As
Oh,
Bondo with a beautiful bump, but Kid with even better recovery
oh
and the
my.
beautiful counterplay from the Gators.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a miscue. I don't know if Rivers was quite ready for that bump to happen, not being in place with enough time to make a play on it. Like you said, Ken with a great recovery off of that bump, though. I'm surprised it didn't demo him. If it would have demoed him, that definitely would have been a goal for the Penguins there.
Just like that, we have a tie game. I'd like to see the aggression Bondo has here as Norcho sends it over far right. Bondo finds himself over there to receive that pass, but isn't able to get a great touch on it. One-on-one. As I say that, I thought it was one-on-one, but Norcho diverted away
Yeah.
from the play. Beautiful
Oh,
shot from Bondo, and it doesn't go in! Oh my
crossbar
goodness!
again.
Oh my goodness! It's a 3v2 right now for the Gators, and the Gators' third player is the crossbar. Playing its role against this Penguins team. They can't catch any break right now as we're going into overtime in game number 3.
Gators are one goal away from winning this, and Penguins are one goal away from kind of, you know, giving them a chance into this into for the playoff season here.
Exactly.
We'll have to see what happens. This team's really gonna have to bring in their A game for these next couple games.
Yeah, it's trying to keep their hopes alive here for the Penguins. We're in game number 3. 2-0 series lead on the brink of being swept by the Gators. Bondo, not a great touch as they're going to have to try and control this in their corner. Kin with a beautiful pass over, but Bondo actually finds some open space and is able to follow it up. Panda reads it easy. Rivers with a fake, we'll call it. Bondo has been pretty good.
Touch.
Oh, crossbar! The crossbar's been helping both teams out today. And it's coming off the wall. Man, I gotta give credit to Bondo. His defense has been on point.
Yeah,
It may not be
this Penguins defense have definitely been a lot better this game.
exactly. Yeah, they may not. Oh, the double tap! Oh, that would have been huge. That would have been huge for the Penguins. But there's a wonderful flick from Panda, and the Gators sweep the Penguins.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I thought Rivers was gonna have time to make it back in time, but didn't quite get it. And Panda just with that flick, his Panda's plays have just been outstanding. This whole series really is. He's very mechanical, and just playing very well. It's a great game by both teams. Penguins really picked it up those last two games. Third game playing very well, but like I was saying earlier, their accuracy just wasn't there today, and
Yeah.
now they're unfortunately Gators they kind of secure their spot in this playoff area, and the Penguins are gonna have to get lucky and hope that I can't remember. I have to see
Might be the Eagles.
who the teams was. Yeah, they're gonna have to hope that the Eagles lose their game actually it's gonna be just about a two-way tie for that fourth place spot. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We may have a playoff to be able to get in there. Seagulls still have a chance too if they win this next game. Whoever they're playing, I'm not for sure who it is. If they end up winning, that'll put them tied with the Penguins.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean, well
think they
said. Great series we just witnessed. I think we do have an interview from the Gators here. We may just have Kin, but that's a-okay. because we'd love to get a little bit of response after that game. Kin, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad after that match. Naomi and I
Yeah, it was a
good about how it went.
very well played game. I think that just about that'll pretty much secure your spot in the playoffs. I don't know if you really been keeping up with that or not, but
Yeah,
being where y'all are at, that pretty much secures it. So congratulations on that. Y'all both played very well games. Panda was kind of playing out of his mind that pretty much that whole series.
yeah.
Did y'all kind of like have a plan to have him kind of take point on that, or is it just something that just naturally happened?
That's always the plan. Playing with him.
Oh yeah.
In general, that's my plan when playing with most people. But with him, it's just like take the ball. I'm gonna play defense and clean up things. But what you can do all the fancy stuff, and I'm just gonna shoot the ball. And yeah, no, we had. I'm pretty sure that does secure us playoffs. I think we're at 5-4 now, and
yeah, put y'all 5-4, and the next closest team will be 4-5. So, y'all still got one more game that could potentially, I think, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that'll keep y'all in there either way. So, yeah, congratulations on that. You got any questions, Oddly?
No, I just again, like, congratulations on that series win. Certainly a dominant performance from both you guys. Now, is there any teams you're looking forward to playing? I know obviously you have 1 week left here before the playoffs. If there's anybody you want to give a shout out or anybody you're looking to call out?
I think next week against the Coyotes will be pretty good, and I'm hoping we play the Hiders in playoffs. I want Gomi and Squashy to play against each other. See how that goes. I think that'll be a very interesting game if that happens.
All right, you'd love to see it. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you again, Kin, for chatting with us here.
Problem. Thanks for casting.
Appreciate it. Yeah, good series. Great by both teams. Gators coming out on top. Stay tuned. Next game here in about 30 minutes, we're gonna be playing, or it's gonna be the Hydras versus the Colts at 10 p.m. Expert League. So stay tuned because Hydras on top there. They have no. They're gonna be in playoffs either way, but Colts at the bottom of that playoff scoreboard, so they're looking for a win to try to just secure it pretty well because there's a small chance they could get knocked out, but I think they'll end up keeping it. So yeah, good games. Thanks for casting, Oddly. It was great to have you in here.
Good to be here, my friend.
So yeah, we'll see y'all here in about 30 minutes. So stay tuned.
Waiting all day for you to phone. And then now you come with new regret. But I can't stand to breathe. Dying forever, so hard, nothing free. Summer now, I close my eyes and I feel the sun on my face. Reminds me of the times we had in your arm embrace.
game time. I'm on one, like it's Kelly and I'm Bay bound. Treat the greatest competition like the playground. Freestyling Jay Spin and make them say wow. Then I beat the brakes off until I'm stay down. Became a king from a common man, and I turned my worst critics to my staunchest fans and worked at it until the world was believing. They gave them no choice but to see it. They say the greats always aim high and still stay grounded at the same time. And so they see a sky native with the hang time. That's why ain't no one can see us when it's game time. They say the greats always aim high and still stay grounded at the same time. And so they see a sky native with the hang time. That's why ain't no one can see us when it's game time.
How did that?
Into the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your friend Audley here for a little bit of expert league action with Hydras versus the Colts here in week number 9. I'm joined by Kin. Kin, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Just fresh off a win, ready to see if the Colts can secure their playoff spot in this match.
I was just about to say he's fresh, hot off the press with a beautiful win that we just witnessed under 30 minutes ago. So pat on the back to Kin, doing a little double dip here on a Sunday night. But at any rate, we're just going to jump right in because this game is going to be a close one for either team. I will say, so for the Hydras, they're looking to be in a good spot when it comes to this rest of the season. But the Colts themselves are 4-4, so they have to win this game and series, I should say, to hopefully secure a spot in the playoffs.
Very true.
As things are getting started here, Jorgen von Strangle with the beautiful version 1 decal, but Landon doesn't want me to talk about that. He wants me to talk about his goal he just scored.
That was, that's a good start for the Hydras. I think most people would expect them to be favored coming into this, just based on how the season's gone so far, and Loudon showing why.
Yeah, well said. Squishy just kind of moved away from the ball there, looking to go pick up boost instead, and that might be taken advantage of by the Hydras. And I predicted that whole play.
You did predict it somehow. I don't know if you predicted Guerra falling on from the sky and just pinching that in, but you did predict that. And that was a really nice shot from Guerra.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I mean, it was a decent idea from Squishy, or Squashy, not Squishy Muffins. I'm talking Squashy. But it's just you gotta be careful, especially when you go boost over ball like he did. It did put them in a bad position, and the Hydras capitalized on it. There's a nice dunk from Jorgen von Strangle. Great pass over to Gora, and he gets a great first touch. Looking for a flip reset. Oh, he almost gets it, but he definitely gets the demo. Oh my goodness, a little bit of double team action on the Hydra's side. And the Colts score.
Yeah, I know, Squashy spawns off the demo. I don't know how Garrett got the demo on Squashy in the first place. I did not think he was supersonic, but nice shot from Jorgen to capitalize there.
Yeah, it was one of those air missile shots, where they're moving pretty fast, but may not be considered supersonic, as Squashy gets a little bit of revenge. Gets a nice follow-up and great recovery, allowing to keep the pressure up on the Hydras here. Or I should say the Colts. Gora gets bumped out of the play. Now it's Squashy. Looking for a little bit of aerial supremacy. Gora gets a nice touch sent over in the corner, and he misses the boost here, as he might have to turn back over, and the play is going to be slowed down, allowing the Hydra some time here, but Gora makes sure he minimalizes that as much as possible.
Ooh.
Decent double tap from Jorgen. Yeah, I feel like calling him Jorgen. I don't really want to call him Strangle. You know?
Reasonable.
Right? You know, I mean, if I call him by his full name, I might do that, but I'm not definitely not calling him just Strangle.
Good shot from Garrett. Is that just in? Yes, it is.
Look at that. Would you look at that? The Colts are making an excellent case this first game.
Definitely. I think the Hydras, we've seen them just kind of give a lot of space a couple times, and let the Colts control the ball, and I think they just need to tighten up rotations a bit. Very winnable still.
Yeah, I think they're just playing a little bit too fast for their britches. You know? But as long as they can... Oh! Gora just replaces Landon with that demo. I have noticed that they've been playing really close to each other. But Colts are definitely setting the pace for this game as they're not allowing the Hydras to play the game they want. So they're making sure they keep the pressure along with the intensity up with these demos and bumps.
Yeah, the bumps are definitely a good touch from them. Good to disrupt Layden, because we saw Layden go for some pretty good shots the first couple minutes, and they've done a good job shutting him down so far. Here's Jorgen with a nice carry, but Hydras need to, stay on the ball a bit more.
Yeah, well said. And hey, oh, just a decent play from Layden, but he just gets 50'd over Squashy, and Squashy was a little bit too close to the play.
Yeah, it's an unlucky turn from Squashy there. He sees Layden go for the 50, and then the 50 just goes right over his head. And not a lot Squashy can do there.
Yeah, just a little bit too early of a turn, and the Colts are just having fun. They're playing with their food now. They go for a fake kickoff there. Layden one-on-one going wide on the ball. Good touch over to Squashy. He just can't reach it. But he keeps the pressure up, and he doesn't get the boost quite his way as Jorgen misses the ball completely. Beautiful touch from Goro, allowing for a counterattack here from Jorgen. Goro's looking to slow things down.
Yeah, I'm liking the spacing of the Colts a lot more here in terms of their defensive positioning. They haven't been beat by any long clears. Good touch from Layden, but the demos are the big thing for the Colts right now. They're just really controlling the pace with that.
Yeah, absolutely. On paper, like we said, the Hydras are the ones sort of setting the pace, but in this game, it's totally different. As the Colts are just having their way with this team. Dictating the pace, and what a fake from Gora, but it doesn't go quite his way. The Squashy was not getting dealt with that fake. The one time it's good to be that close to the ball that worked out. There's a miss, but here's a big bump. Oh, another bump!
bump.
Jorgen von Strangle living up to his name. I'm trying to think of a strangle pun without being gruesome, but
Might be hard.
that's right. I'm gonna keep it PG here.
I mean, honestly, this game, if you're the Hydras, you're just wondering if there's another goal. You're wondering, where is the space that they're getting coming from and how do we shut it down? And, I mean, Layden's had some good opportunities. It's just the defense from the Colts has been really good. I think you have to consider maybe some demos, right? Coming in, just trying to disrupt that defense, because so far that defense has looked really good from the Colts.
Yeah, and you know what I will say, I think there's a bit of a mistake here from the Hydras, which is, not keeping enough space between each other, and a lot of the goals that we see from the Colts so far in game number 1 have kind of been counterattacks, taking advantage of the mistakes the the Hydras team is making. That's A-okay. Hopefully the Hydras are able to regroup after this 5-goal lead from 5 goals to 1 for the Colts. Both Colts players certainly playing their roles here. Now, if you're the Hydras, Kin, what would you look to aim for in game number 2?
either Squashy needs to step up, because that honestly was not a great game from him, or they need to just run the offense through Layden entirely. Because I mean, when Layden was going for those dribbles early in the game, Colts really seemed like they were struggling. Yeah, a couple of them didn't go in, but they were still good opportunities. So I think you need to run the offense through Layden, or have Squashy figure out the spacing, and then you just need to get it past the Colts somehow, right? Get second man to challenge earlier, and not make it so easy for them on defense. I think the Hydra's defense will come with the offense based on the way they're playing. They don't need to worry about necessarily their defense. It's just keep the pressure on, and it becomes much easier for them.
And well said. As we get into game number 2,
Yeah,
gonna have to see if the Hydras can hopefully bring things back here in game number 2.
That's an inauspicious start. Jorgen's going to put that ball up, but pass to Guerra. Can Lane make the save? Crossbar can, but Jorgen's up, and that's going to be a goal for the Colts, and that's a really good start for them again.
Yeah, just not a good start here for the Hydras. Certainly just kind of all over the place here, as the Colts were able to just, bring back that momentum from game number 1 and absolutely start off hot here in game number 2.
At least there's a kickoff, and Squashy bites a little too early on that challenge, and Jorgen beats him. He's going to take this ball upfield, though. No boost, so Guerra should have an easy save. We're going to collect, met by Layden, but he should have a good chance here. Get to the corner by Guerra. Goes for a demo, doesn't find it, but causes enough chaos for Jorgen on Strangle to once again put the ball in, and that is an early 2-0 lead for the Colts.
Yeah, just an unfortunate miss by Squashy. Not a great positioning for him to be on the wall like that, and Layden had to stop up as Jorgen Gora was going for a bump on him there. Really just kind of disrupting the play in front of the net, allowing for a nice shot on net, and we have a 2-goal lead for the Colts.
Here's a good opportunity. Layden with the ball in his hood. Gets it past Guerra. Ooh. I think Guerra was expecting a much better flick from this.
You know what? I think I completely agree with that. Layden will definitely take that goal. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll leave it at that. It went in the back of the net.
That is all that matters.
Right?
Squashy's going to go up here, but I think kickoffs have gone pretty much all in favor of the Colts so far this game. That might be another thing for the Hydras to look at. Jorgen's going to challenge there. Squashy's up. Uses a lot of boost there. He might be out, and this might be awkward for the Hydras, but Layden gets a really nice clear. Collected by Guerra in the corner.
I was just going to say that I see that this Hydras team is a little bit too quick as well. They're playing too quick for how they kind of expect the game to be played. I know they're kind of jumping a little bit too early. They need to spend a little more time on the ground, especially times when they're not really being challenged.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? We know there's a shot from Layden. That'll go in. This game's all tied up.
Would you look at that? Gora had to sort of speed up as Squashy was looking to keep the pressure up, and that really just allowed Layden to get a nice shot on net. Really just had as much time as he needed. That time, he put it on net with a boomer.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said, Jorgen's going to take this upfield.
Ooh.
Oh, good beat. Oh. Doesn't amount to anything. Layden will take the ball here, I think. Oh, unlucky from Squashy. That's it. Yeah, that's just in.
Oh no. Oh no. Misread the bounce from Squashy. I know I like the idea he had there. He was looking to slow things down a little bit like I mentioned, but just wasn't able to read the bounce very well, and it just goes over his car. I'm sure he thinks there's a hole in his car right now, but I promise
Absolutely.
it was just the hitbox, I promise.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of those situations where he probably rushes a little bit because he sees people there. He might just put that on net, but now he'll put it to the side and take it upfield, and it'll be a one-on-one with Jorgen. He's going to go past the ball here. Jorgen's going to beat him on the 50. Have an open net, but the presence of Layden is enough to dissuade him there. Good demo. as we Squashy will take the ball, see if he can do something. Good flick. Jorgen up to save that. And a good pass from Gara will keep any threat from immediately manifesting. Jorgen upfield again. Gara's not there. He gets there in time. And good touch from Squashy. I think that'll be easy clear for Jorgen, though. And we're seeing them, I think this is where they're really rushing, is on offense. A lot of these touches they don't really need. Defender from Jorgen, but they're just gotta slow down on offense, right? They're throwing the ball away a bit with these long passes that aren't quite on target.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, this Hydras team is still down by 1 goal, so they do have to look to control the ball a little bit. I noticed there a few times there with Squashy. The first time he wasn't really able to corral the ball. I think that this Hydras team needs to do exactly this, which is put the ball on net and make this Colts team sweat.
Yeah, you know, make something happen. Make the Colts work for it. And it was a good shot from them, but Clayton will take this ball across. And here's another one where he's on wall, and he hits it. And what does he accomplish, right? Not a ton.
Yeah.
So if you just control that a little bit better, you have a chance to set up an offense. Oh, whiff from Jorgen. Squashy might be able to get to this. Bear's going to put it to the corner, but Squashy can look for a pass, but Jorgen comes with a real clutch demo. And a shot.
Oh!
Poor
The
save by
respawn was
Squashy.
huge.
Yeah, Squashy is no hole in his car this time. Both Colts up on the wall. Layden can control this. He might have a shot. Good first touch. Just doesn't get it, but gets a demo on Jorgen. I think that might be their first demo of the series. Oh, Squashy.
No!
Oh.
Oh no, Squashy. Just didn't get a good touch on that one.
That is unlucky.
Oh, he was just on the corner and really had the right idea here, but you know, mistakes happen.
Yeah, we keep saying control the ball. He tries to control the ball, and that happens.
Exactly. Can't really blame him for that one, but
Layden's gonna get it back.
he's here to save the day.
They finally won a kickoff.
Yeah, you actually have a good point. Like you said, this Hydras team has had difficulty with their kickoffs. And you like to see exactly this. Layden being able to follow up his own ball. There's a nice kickoff win, but Gora Reds reads it so well.
Oh, what a
But
save.
Layden with an even better save.
Yeah, definitely. Squashy with an awkward touch off the wall. Gives the ball to Jorgen. Clock ticks down, 20 seconds. On the clock, Gara's going to put this mid. What a save from Layden. Yeah, he is all in defense from this. He's really, really good. It has not been enough so far this game. It was a shot from Gara. Squashy out of position. Might have been threatened on a bump from Jorgen.
Oh
And
man, what an interesting game we have here. This Colts team is playing really refined.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Colts here, right? I think this game felt closer to me in terms of like possession than the last one. So I think the Hydras definitely, like, some of the adjustments were good, but it definitely wasn't enough, as the Colts will take this one 5-, I'm assuming 4, unless Squash can do something real nuts. 5-3, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out the neural network wasn't able to help him out there on that one.
Apparently not.
The Colts take game number 2. Interesting series we have on our hands right now. And interesting, what did the Hydras have to do after game number 2?
I mean, it was an improvement over the first game, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Some of the adjustments they made were good. I think we saw a more consistent offensive attack with a little bit more control. I think they need to refine the control a bit more. But in the end, the Colts are just playing really well. I'm not sure what you do to break through this Colts defense that feels kind of impenetrable for a lot of the game.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, there has been some mistakes here from the Hydras team, but I mean, like you said, the Colts have just been playing a really solid game of Rocket League. Make sure they space each other out, and capitalizing on the mistakes that the Hydras are making, right? So if the Hydras are able to hopefully corral these mistakes that they're making in game number 3 here, then we could see definitely a closer game.
For sure. I mean, obviously, the first time these two teams met, it went to Game 5. And that's what we all want to see, right? We want the most Rocket League possible
That's right.
as we get into Game 3.
Always love ourselves a game number 5. Actually, game number 5, OT. You know what I mean?
I'm having flashbacks. Please don't. Oh, you. Ooh.
Oh,
Barely.
what a read by Layden.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Oh, nice shot. Big shot over from Squashy. As everyone in this lobby is turning on their version 1 decal right now. See if it can bring the heat for all these players, but Squashy's got the OG version 1. And Layden, he's a little bit of the odd one out here. Just his red Stocktain, which is, it's okay. We'll see how that goes for him, but at any rate, decent pass over from Jorgen, but Squashy puts it over to Layden. Layden swaps out, and Squashy just puts it on net. Let's see if Jorgen get back. He can't! And if I'm not mistaken, this will be the first lead for the Hydras.
I want to say you're right. And it comes on really the first big rotational mistake we see from the Colts, it feels like. With the Oregon just not quite able to get back.
Yeah, just a good heads-up play from the Hydras. They're allowing to just capitalize on the mistake they saw there. And this is what they need to do. They need to just keep an eye out for the mistakes that...
And
Oh!
that's awesome.
That's not in net, but Gora gets a decent touch, and Squashy with 0 boost had to make the save, and he gets a good touch on it as he
Very
falls up!
nice.
And he does it himself with no boost!
Yeah, I'm wondering, where's Gara here? Oh, he misses the boost. That's unlucky. He missed the corner boost. I don't think he would have made it in time anyways, but really surprising that Squash is able to get all the way downfield with no boost and the ball and go for the double like that.
Yeah, you gotta look at that and, be as quick as possible. I mean, it seemed like Gora was kind of lollygagging back. I know he obviously did miss the boost, but certainly wasn't there to save it, as we now have a 2-goal lead for the Hydras. A great turnaround for them. Squashy looking to turn the Hydras into a bit more of a force on the field. They're Layden with a nice shot, but it's right on the hood of Jorgen.
Oh,
A beautiful
dunk
50.
doesn't quite go through.
Sorry, beautiful dunk, I should say. Jorgen with the dunk himself. And Gora, that's a risky play. And Layden's gonna capitalize on it.
Yep, they get punished.
They get punished. Gora's getting a little bit too risky here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second time we've seen that happen this game. I think the Hydras are doing a really good job of being in position to make those shots, because they weren't really in the first game. The Colts obviously have had some of these openings all series. It's just they haven't been capitalized on by the Hydras, and we're seeing that actually happen now.
Yeah. Oh, Squash with another dunk.
Yep.
Jorgen's in shambles right now. All the mistakes that we're seeing coming out from Colts, or I should say, sorry, the Hydras are being swapped over to the Colts right now. Totally different game.
I mean, this feels reminiscent of the first game, where it's just, a lot of long clears that go in, and this time I might be wrong, but I think these are the first goals Squashy has scored for the entire series.
Could be.
And they're coming in at the right time. So
Yeah, you could be right. Not 100% sure, but sounds about right.
Defense.
Oh my goodness,
Gara,
again!
Oh no. If Layden has any boost, that's in.
That's right, this time they're bailed out by the lack of boost on the Hydras. Oh! Oh, decent attempt by Jorgen. Not quite the flick I think he wanted. As again, they're retreating. This is a very different game from games number 1 and number 2 from the Colts here. Layden's there and he gets a nice hop over to the corner and gets a big demo in Jorgen as well. Gora's looking to keep the pressure up. Wait, late on boost, and he gets past 1. See if he can get a 50, and Jorgen's there! What a play from Gora!
Yeah, that was like 350s in a row, it felt like, and Jorgen's just waiting there, like, okay, I'll shoot the ball now. Cool, the net's open.
That's right, you know what? Biggest skill you gotta learn is, shooting balls on open nets, you know?
Oh, squashy. Squashy.
Oh, with the flick. These guys have really came into their own for this game number 3. It looks like we have a series on our hands.
I think Squashy turned on his TV. That might have helped.
Well said, I completely agree with that.
He is like completely different this game compared to the first 2.
Yeah, he grabbed his controller back from his little cousin.
The idea from there, but Jorgen's not there. We're seeing the Colts be kind of timid. It feels like not really challenging on things they were before. This will be Garrett probably wants that one back. Jorgen probably wants this one back.
Oh goodness, Jorgen! That was a decent play, but not quite what he wanted. But yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. I think that they've seen the mistakes that they've made so far, and they're looking to sort of play a little more timid, but it's kind of a hindrance to them as they're not playing the way they should be. They're allowing this Hydra's team to counter their slower paced gameplay. Slayton has plenty of time. Oh, he's going for the musty and he gets it by Gora! Oh my goodness, the most scuffed musty you'll see in your life.
Yeah, it's definitely it went in. That's what all that matters.
It went in.
That's about the best you could say about that one.
I don't know if that's more humiliating for Gora or Layden.
That's a
but
tough
either
one.
way, it went in the back of the net.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Okay, there's a
Squashy's
musty.
looking to show what a musty looks like. He's
like, I could do that better than you for sure.
That's right. And the Hydras take game number 3. The series is now 2-1 for the Colts. A much different game here in game number 3.
I mean, if you're the Colts, I think the game plan is find Squashy and unplug his TV again.
Well said. Find out where he lives and unplug his television.
Or just, challenge the wall a little sooner. Make sure you're not giving too much space and clean up the defensive rotations. That might work too.
Yeah, I mean, that works too, but sometimes it's nicer to blame other people, right? Sometimes that's more fun. But either way, I think this Hydra's team really have stepped up their game. The Colts really, they're the ones making the mistakes this time around, and the mistakes are all coming from the way that they're playing. It's very different from games number 1 and number 2. So we'll have to see if they can, go back to those 2 games. Game number 3 did not go their way at all. We're gonna jump in here. The Colts still are on series point here.
Yep, still very much winnable for them. But we'll have to see how this game plays out. Game 4, and I want to see them be a little more aggressive, right? Be a little bit more on top of the ball, make challenges a little sooner. This is a good challenge from Jorgen, who will eventually give Garrett space, pick the ball out into the air, go for a pass, and Jorgen's gonna put that in the back of the net. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? This is exactly what we're talking about when we're saying reminiscent of the first and second games. As under 15 seconds, we already have a lead from the Colts.
Yeah, there's been no shortage of offense for most of the series for either team. It feels like definitely an offensive show. Jorgen's going to take this one on the wall. Beats Squashy. Layden in a 2-on-1 for a moment. Gets a good 50, and this should be settled, but a touch from Jorgen, it might be... Is that a bump on Layden, too?
Yes. I'd
Or
love
just
to
the
see these
physical
plays.
play. Layden just came in like a supersonic missile.
He took that personally.
Oh, no kidding. Hydra's looking for a good clear. They finally get out of their own half for a moment. Layden's going to put this on backboard. No threat from Squashy, though. Garrett with a miss. Jorgen can put to the side.
Ooh. Yeah, Layden could have just put that in the net, but... Oh,
Squashy?
they're caught
Squashy's
whacking.
not back.
That's all you gotta do. It seems like they're playing ping pong back and forth with these mistakes. Last game was the Colts. They decided to refine it. And now it's the Hydras making these caught off guard counter mistakes, allowing the Colts to score these goals.
You know, you bring up ping pong, that's kind of what they're playing anyways. It feels
Well,
like a lot of the time. That's how they're scoring these goals. It's just ball bounces twice to the other side. Oh,
So I
Jorgen.
thought we were playing sock car, you know?
You know, similar idea. Hit ball.
Right?
Jorgen's gonna hit ball into the air. Doesn't quite have the angle on it.
I had no idea where that boy was going.
I don't think
He was flying
the
to
takeoff was
Mars.
right. Yep. Oh, Garrett with some control. Waiting with a good early challenge, but he gets demoed for his efforts. This will be mid. Good challenge from Squashy. Good
That's a
early.
good challenge. Jorgen with the demo.
Garrett. Colts can probably get a good thing going here. Chases another demo, but no angle for the shot. Means he'll have to settle for some control. Gives it away immediately to Jorgen. That's like the 8th demo of this game already, it feels like. It's personal now. Layden in the corner. Gets it past one. Good clear from Gara. He has no boost though. Squashy should beat him here. He does. Looking for a read. Also kind of awkward for him though, so. Layden backwards, puts a shot on. Would have been disappointing if it went in. Gara misses boost. That'll shut down that play pretty quickly. Good clear from Layden. Jorgen's got to make a save.
Great
Jorgen's gonna take
counterattack
that
from
field
Jorgen.
now? Yeah, no, he's set up well for Gara, but he doesn't quite get the pass. I like the idea a lot there. Right to Jorgen. Gara. It's an early touch. He gets it. Squash is going to take the boost, though. This is a dangerous spot for the Colts and has to challenge early. Garrett does, gets a good clear. And Layden has to rush back on defense, but he misses. And
Ooh.
Gara capitalizes.
This is kind of what I'm talking about. They're jumping a little bit too early, and they're panicking. Layden had no business jumping that soon. I mean, you know, as you can obviously see, he missed the ball. So
Yeah, absolutely.
spend a little more time on the ground, allowing yourself to, you know, not panic and miss the ball like Layden did there. But that's just me. Who am I? I'm just a caster.
Always easier to do it through a mic than with a controller, you know.
Well said, right?
Good try from Squashy is Hydra's, the clock's ticking down for them, right, in this series. Obviously, this series doesn't mean a ton in terms of the season, but definitely want...
Oh no! Oh,
You know, I just kept
no.
talking because I didn't think that was going in.
Oh no. Big miscommunication here from the Hydras. But we move on, we move forward from that one.
Yep. All you can do. I mean, I just kept talking. I thought someone was going to save that.
Not wrong.
Gara's gonna meet that. Jorgen's gonna go up. And minute left, 4 goals if it's doable. It's doable, but it's gonna be tough. Gara, a little awkward, but good recovery. Both Colts on top of the ball. A bang there might have been a goal. Still might be. Layden with an open net probably. Here you go. But Jorgen barely gets back in time for that. pressure still from the Hydras. Garrus can take the ball. Good clear. No pressure immediately. It's a good touch. Good second touch there, but no double coming. Layden's going to take this ball. As the clock ticks down, and Jorgen's going to take that. And he might just score this, but he misses the boost. I think if he gets the boost, he probably has an open net there.
Yeah, I mean, like, this series, I will say, was just super interesting to watch.
Garrett
It's
did it again.
Oh my goodness.
He did it in game 1, right?
Doing his own thing.
Falls on the ball off the ceiling. Well, not off the ceiling, but a couple ground pitches from him. Pretty impressive.
Such a weird series we just witnessed, you know?
Yeah, we saw
Hydras.
the one really dominant game from the Hydras, and then the rest of the series.
It was history.
Yeah. I think Jorgen von String might use some of his fairy magic and
That's right.
squash his controller off. Who knows?
Well, GG's to everybody here. Turns out the Colts have some life here in their conference. Because the Hydras, this wasn't a huge loss per se. I mean, obviously they did lose the series, but they still are higher in the seeding for the conference, so they aren't too worried per se, as they still have one series next to play next week. But the Colts here, as they are, looking to stay, hopefully make their way into the playoffs, needed this victory tonight, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that this win secures them playoffs because they are currently at 5-4, and the team below them is the Huskies at 2-6. So the most the Huskies can win is 4. This locks them at least in the playoffs. I haven't looked at the schedule, but I think theoretically could still secure the first seed with the right wins. If everything breaks their way, they can still get the first seed in the Courage Conference. The big thing is they've made it into the playoffs, because once you're there, anything can happen. So
That's well said. Well said. I'm interested to see if we can hopefully have a chat with this Colts team. If not, that's A-okay, but I'd love to know how they felt about that, the way that they played. I mean, like I said, they only dropped one game this series, going up against the Hydras, which are seeded so high up on against this in their conference. So, the Colts certainly surprising us as casters, and certainly making the upset happen here tonight. And it looks like we do have Jorgen von Strangle here to have a chat with us. Jorgen, congratulations on that series win.
Hell, appreciate it. Thank you so much. That win felt real good for us, as we got stomped by the Hydras last time. You also got my other guy over there waiting too.
Look at you guys go. You'd love to see it. Jorgen and Gora, congratulations, guys. Gora, how did you feel about that victory?
Oh man, we were just really pumped. Going into that game, we were really pumped. So yeah. Oh man.
Dude, we couldn't stop coming off game 1 and 2. We were excited. Game 3, we were like, "Oh no, it's gone. We're washed."
But you guys kept the energy up, and you were able to rally things back, not get reverse swept.
Yeah, once we got that goal in game 4, we were just like, "Oh, we got this in the bag." And then so I think our confidence just came back, and we just kept following up on the ball and just scoring.
That was definitely good showing from you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited to know, because we weren't sure last week, but I know for sure this week we clutched playoffs, or we clinched the playoffs spot. So I'm super stoked.
And congratulations to you guys on that one. Yeah, certainly a great series that we saw you guys play again. Like you said, this Hydras team is a force to be reckoned with. But you guys really just, proved that wrong in so many ways. What do you guys think you attribute that to against this Hydras team?
Oh God, it's Squashy. 100%. Game 3, Squashy is a menace, bro. As soon as game 3 comes over, it literally, this is not a joke, I know it's him, but it feels like the controller is swapped to somebody else, because this man is hitting flip resets and it's just cracked, bro. And it's just crazy because last time we faced them, we were 2-0, and they came back and reverse swept us. And that dude, he's
Yeah.
damn good.
You know, we
Yeah.
kind of made the same joke about his controller suddenly turning on in the third game.
That's bro, dude. It happens every game. It happens every game.
All right. Any final questions for these gentlemen there, Kin?
Any teams you're looking forward to playing in playoffs? Either one of you?
I don't know. I was looking forward to face the Hydras again, and now that I beat them, I don't really have a team that I want to face.
I'd like
Fair
to
enough.
give Hornets another loss. Want to give them another episode.
All right. Shut up the Hornets.
Love it.
Oh my goodness. All right, gentlemen. Thank you guys for stopping by. Again, congratulations for the series win. And hopefully we'll see you next week as well. And everyone else at home, Ken, any final notes for these guys? Because I will let us hop off here as this was our last game of the night.
I got nothing. Thanks everyone for watching. Great series from the Colts and Hydras, and that's all I got.
GG's.
Excellent.
Later.
GG's, everybody. And again, congratulations, Colts. Thank you, everyone at home, for sticking around and watching us cast. Ken, it was always a pleasure casting you, my friend. And we'll see you guys next weekend.